So in my last video, I began renovating my bedroom, redecorating the walls and removing existing wardrobes before building new birch plywood cabinets. And although this went a long way to transforming the space, a lot of you noticed that my mattress hadn't undergone a comparable reformation. And so in this video, we're going to bring it up to speed and make a bed. And to keep a sense of design consistency and fluidity within the room, I'm using the same materials as with the cabinet. But to start the build, I'm cutting some reclaimed boards into 30 by 30mm square sections. And this is what is going to make up the supporting framework. And although I'm using the table saw and solid wood to do this, you could just as easily use plywood or simple dimensional timber and a circular saw. So once their profile had been cut, I could trim them at the miter saw to their various final lengths. Do a test assembly to confirm their fit in dimensions, and then begin working to secure them together. And I made a really simple jig to help with this. It allowed me to get pilot holes drilled at the perfect location to attach the components together and stop the pine from splitting. And once all the holes were drilled, I could use 4x60 screws to fix it all together. Adding 6 feet in the middle of the frame to give the centre of the bed a little bit of extra support. And with that, the supporting frame was now complete, so I could move on to the exterior components, which will be made out of 18mm birch plywood. So I started by breaking down one of my sheets into 4 thin strips, 2 at 30 and the other 2 at 42mm. These could then be screwed together to form an L section, and this section can in turn be attached to the side of the framework, also using screws. And the purpose of this piece is twofold. Not only will it create a lip that stops the mattress from sliding, but also helps hide the pine framework, giving the illusion that the entirety of the piece is made out of birch. So I wanted to carry this ethos to both ends of the bed, so I'm making both the foot and the backrest out of another sheet of plywood. So I started by cutting these pieces to width before setting up the fence, and then using a circular saw to cut them to length. Before I fix them to the bed, I'm making a line that's 150mm up from the bottom so that I can align and reference the frame. And it's worth noting here that you could set the bed at any height from the floor simply by adjusting this line and also the length of the feet. And once it was marked all the way across, I could adjust my frame until it met it, and then use screws to secure it and the backrest together, repeating the exact same process to the front rest also. Now that they're fixed together, the very last step before completion is adding the slats. I'm resawing mine out of a bigger piece of rough sawn pine, but you could just as easily use pre-cut dimensional boards for this. And then once they were machined, I could attach them to the bed with two 4x30 screws at each end. Using an off-cut piece of plywood to set the spacing between each slat. And once all the slats were installed, I could just add the mattress and then the bed was done. So I'd like to say a big thank you for watching. This has honestly been one of my simplest projects to date. In total, designing and building took me only 2 days, and that's excluding the filming process. So if you'd like to make a bed for yourself, although I don't have any plans available at the moment, there'll be an Instructables post and a link to my website which has dimensions in the description below. And make sure to stay tuned to the channel, because the next and penultimate video of this series is going to be making a bedside table.